in the camera, please don't look at me in my face. Everybody might see my pain. Off the rail, might myself. Bored with life as aboard this plane. Steward this sex if I need help. Maybe
we're playing the Dallas Cowboys today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we've got a matchup of tight ends with multiple Pro Bowl appearances on their resume. It's Greg Olsen and Jason Witten. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we turn it over to
are playing the Dallas Cowboys.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, the Cowboys introduced to this gigantic crowd, and as usual, it was old number 88, Dez Bryant, that got the folks going the loudest. His guys are set to go head-to-head with the Carolina Panthers. And hello again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin here in the booth. And, Chuck, you take a look at this matchup. I don't know if it's going to be one in the trenches from the quarterbacks out, whatever. It's going to be a good game.
Oh, without a doubt. I can't wait to see the big fellas have an impact. We're always spotlighting those wide receivers and quarterbacks and running backs and even the defensive backs. But the big guys, I can't wait to see which one tilts the balance for their team.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Look on here, man.
Now Newton on first down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Kelvin Benjamin.
Hold on. I need to take something away. I'm on broadcast. Is that screaming away? Hold on. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Yeah, we want to do that. There we go. Alright, we're alright.
73 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead.
Let's go.
And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Oh, it was Prescott. It was Prescott.
Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
We're tackling him, though. Just keep on playing, because we're tackling him. We got my guy. I like the Panthers.
Prescott now on second down. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right near the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Second down, Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie, or did he say laddie? And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Julius Peppers in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. But pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just one behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners that gave up a lot of big plays.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, Elliott. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. Elliott last year, so darn good, over 1,600 yards, most in the NFL. Actually, there were 10 teams that didn't rush for as many yards as he did. That's how good he was.
And just think there is a place for him to get better. And I think it's in pass receiving. Not necessarily the hands, but just throwing it to him more, getting him into open space. He can make even more big plays doing that.
Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good.
This is actually my first game.
Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Second and 10, Newton again. That's Samuel, caught left side. Touchdown, Carolina! And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try. They'll let Stewart run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Yeah. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 20.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Luke Kuechly. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Is there anything Luke Kuechly can't do on the field?
Doesn't seem to be the case.
I mean, we just saw the sack there, right? We know he's terrific in pass coverage, but what I like is his intelligence, the way he gets a defense set, and he actually audible defenses when he sees what the offense is presenting and get them into something else and get them into a better spot.
Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
No gain on that run. And while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
Cowboys suck, guys.
Different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Prescott off the play fake to McFadden.
No!
And they'll get it off near midfield to the 45. A really nice game.
Hey, scoring a point. I'm giving them a 0.
The numbers for Dak as a rookie last year still kind of mind-boggling. And you look at QB rating. Dak was 104.9. Now, among full-time quarterbacks, only 2 Super Bowl quarterbacks, Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, were higher.
And look who he finished ahead of. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees,
We're gonna
Russell
win.
Wilson. Amazing.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 15-0 our score. We're back to Arlington in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade.
Fueled by Gatorade
Company.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Oh, did they, huh?
Here's Elliott. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So
well, I'm putting Cam Newton in. Hold on. I know Cam Newton. Cam Newton's already been in. Guess how I'm putting in my player. I know my player looks dope.
Defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action.
Here we go, here we go.
They go to Elliott again. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Prescott now from the 50. He's got his man. It's Williams.
No!
The 20.
No.
10. Touchdown, Cowboys.
No.
Terrence Williams, 50 yards.
Being the Cowboys, bro.
Cut into that lead. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done
Or
on
they
this
go
drive,
3 men
turn
deep.
it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yep.
What's that?
Well, listen,
I
I used to
don't
hear my
know,
old man talk about it.
Because
Usually
it
meant
was
that thing's done.
Well, now
can't run
the
like
touchdown,
this.
it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Bailey now to kick this one away. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. 23 yards on the play.
Right. My character.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now...
And he will score.
Yes.
Touchdown, Panthers. It's their quarterback taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Yep. My God. Now we put Cam Newton back in.
Oh.
Thank you.
Gano for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
I am sorry, those Cowboys fans.
5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
A second down throw for Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Was that the quarterback?
Luke Kuechly in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now, option right. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. Burst by him near the 35. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Nice block.
Getting set to go again here. Cam Newton marches back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes. No interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent... He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On second down, Prescott again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On third down, it's Prescott. Out left side here to Bryant. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Bryant.
Yeah.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Gosh.
Second down now after the pass completion. And again, it's Prescott. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Cowboys are going to lose. Cowboys are going to lose.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Yep.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Going right side, he has Witten. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses.
Yep, we got the ball.
Understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas.
Yep.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there, and it's third down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Newton, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang on up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Get a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. If you get careless with the football, look out.
Got his target set.
Yeah.
Past the 20. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone.
Yep, we got it.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
Double tight.
They'll let Stewart try and run. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Up big, and they go for 2, and they get it.
I remember being in high school and seeing an article in the paper where a local columnist had said, why are we fighting over sportsmanship and running up the score? Just run it up on everybody and deal with it. Some people just don't care that way, and obviously this coach feels the exact same way.
So that article was saying the defense should be able to stop them.
That's what they're trying to say. Hey, if you don't want it to happen, stop them. Otherwise,
you don't have it. No. That's what. Make sure on the touchdown.
Good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
I don't know.
Tough because
how that dude adjust.
You need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers.
Yeah, how that dude
find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On the run or what? Hey.
Elliott.
No, get.
And some room to roam now. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. It's Williams. A gain of 8 and a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
That only has 7.
On 1st and 10, Prescott got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Prescott from the gun. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Prescott. And this is going to be...
Y'all good for now?
Incomplete.
I don't know. Hold on.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team. But the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Here we go.
Yeah, I know you and I came up with a different area.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. To throw is Newton. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Finds and escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought at worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the 1st down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
It's caught. Shepard. And he's brought down, but not before reaching approaching the 8-yard line. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Play clock winding down. And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game.
Terrence Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
We just want
Terrence Williams. His
score back
touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys claw one back.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
Being Cam, being
With
Cam.
that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now it's
Big Cam, big Cam.
dancing to his left. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And Cam able to take it himself in for the score. Cowboys are able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Cowboys.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively. As he'll
Cowboys are not winning this.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Shaq Thompson in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Encroachment defense.
An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
Throwing here, Newton. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards that time for number 19. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now Newton. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Gano now to add the extra point. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So they're going to go for 2. They'll let Stewart try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Gano out to kick this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A first down throw for Prescott. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And tomorrow we play the New York Giants.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Prescott on first down. He hits Beasley right side.
Carolina.
Here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
New York Giants.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
5 o'clock tomorrow. Central Time. 5 o'clock Central Time. New York Giants. We play them at Carolina Stadium. So, tune in tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey,
Carolina,
put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.
Get the camera.
Scoring that many points allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
That's for a sec. Alright, later guys. Thanks for watching.